how freaking creepy I am. Dun 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 dun. Hey guys, my name is Waldog. I want to make this video because I find it interesting. Um, I want to talk about two things. Actually, a couple abstract things involving being a vampire. Being a vampire. I don't know. I'm kind of digging the whole creepy vibe right now. That is my current mood. All creepy. I like how the light. I'm using my phone as a light, and it's not ideal, as you can tell. Anyways, I want to talk about a weird subject for me, and it has to do with something. And like this is something I don't want to talk about, so this is apparently a therapy video. So this is now officially a therapy video. This light is blinding the crap out of me. So there's a part of me that deeply, this is something I think has to do with trauma I don't understand, might be in some way, like let me go ahead and sugarcoat this. I've got to sugarcoat it because not for anybody else. Like if someone was to say, okay, so it has to do with vampires and other supernatural creatures. Um, someone I could see how there could be an argument as to what I'm talking about is in direct contrast or opposite belief to what my video series is about. But which is the message is spreading positive awareness of nice vampires and bridging communication between all people. That being said, I'm just gonna say it. I don't understand. I have trauma, maybe spiritual in nature, maybe magic related, which I think it is. But I secretly, I'm trying to find the right word. The word is not hate. I'm trying to find the right word. It doesn't come to mind. Like in order for me to say this, I need to put it in like three different words, and take away the meaning out of three words, and like put them in a pot and mix them. So like disdain, um, discomfort, fascination. I'm gonna add another word in there. Um, anger, or like just I think disdain covered that, towards my own kind, or vampires, I should say, or people who have that in their genetics, or supernatural. I don't know why. Like I said, I think it has to do with like deep. I'm talking about like a deep down inside feeling, like a. And it hurts me to say that. That's why I want to talk about it. That's why I want to try to understand. Uh, like I could say, clearly, my the. Let me just say, me becoming a vampire, I don't believe it was very fair. Uh, I felt very vulnerable, uh, and I felt, you could say, hypnotized. And but at the same time, I felt like I had control, uh, and I fell in love. And it was just this whole thing. I was super young. I felt very young. So without going too much detail on that, the naturally, if something offended me in that process, I could hold a grudge or regret. I could see how that could affect deep down inside my feelings. Another thing, like I don't know, like I haven't read. Like, let me just say this: like, wouldn't it be nice to have a book or something? And again, maybe it wouldn't be because I'd be too afraid to read it. Or should I say I wouldn't want to read it? But like a book that properly explained things for me, or like for anybody, but for me in particular. And I did meet a person at one point in my life who identified himself as a wolf. I won't say, I won't give this person any credit besides the fact that it got my interest and I was going through a really terrible part of my life. And I had just recently become a vampire. And it could be the interaction with that person. Again, this is stuff that I don't understand, and I do have trauma with, and can't say whether or not any of that or that person has any credibility. Uh, but it is still a time in which I've met a person, and to my with a cynical look towards it, but also with a half open mind. Um, I take that experience, considering that to people identifying themselves as supernatural, um, that there was supernatural stuff involved, as far as specifically um, just the presence of magic, uh, as best as I could describe. So, could that interaction have somehow affected me? I don't know. Um, am I ignorant when I see supernatural stuff? Yes. I've like trained myself to instantly look past it when I see supernatural stuff in other people. Uh, I basically ignore it, and I kind of I realize I do this. I didn't always know that I have done this, but I came to the conclusion that yes, I am just simply in some way or another. Um, I think more than likely that the vampire side of me is basically blocking, like registering, identifying, but blocking out a reaction. And I find that I find that interesting, but problematic, as far as I would think that communication clearly, like when something as important as that be key to communication. Well, I have I have my ideas that no, what for certain things, perhaps it's better to overlook them, to identify with the person instead of that thing that may be too distracting or too impairing to the mind. Um, and I do that all the time. I came to that realization. Like I look in the mirror, and at times I see myself, and I get dazed or I get inspired or whatever. It just happens, just by looking at myself. And I've learned to use it as a technique to, sometimes just clear my mind or get me in a certain mindset. But I realized that for about a millisecond or half a second or so, my brain at times when I'm in some kind of transformation, it does affect my brain. I can feel it and then it goes away very quickly. And I know it's my supernatural, um, that specific thing of blocking things, which are would impair me, such as that. That ability kicks in, and I'm instantly, saved from being distracted, to put it simply. So, yeah, I just want to talk about that. I probably need to talk more. Uh, I, it does bother me. It's like, why would I, like, especially with my ability to think as a vampire, it makes no sense to hold whatever ill will. So it makes me think that something, or of something of a supernatural or spiritual or a magical nature was that I was affected by, because it seems like a curse, because maybe I'm doing it to myself. Who knows? Well, I guess I would know, but I have a sinking suspicion that there's something not right about that in me. It doesn't feel correct, to feel any kind of ill will, um, to either myself or to another intelligent, um, supernatural thing. So, or should I say, person? uh, so, anyways, I just want to make this video. It's important to me, and I thank y'all for letting me talk. Appreciate y'all, and talk to you later. Bye.